a Maxim kind of foundational mindset through Chateau. And today's Maxim is number 59. The less it looks like you're trying, the harder the girl will try to figure you out. And again, in the vast majority of guys who aren't going to approach women at all anyway, and that's okay. But those that do tend to be overly, because they're attracted to her and they're not sure what to do, they are overly active. They are too nice, too effusive, too complimentary, too everything, too energetic, all of it. And because it might be his only sexual outlet possibility of that year, he's going to be kind of wired. So what do you do to set yourself apart? Because the catchphrase, and you should always keep it in the back of your mind, is girls do not like guys that like them. They prefer, and studies have shown this, that women are more attracted to men who they're not sure of what his feelings for her are. That's what they like. They like a high value man that they're not sure what he thinks of her. And one of the ways to remain a little bit, for lack of a better word, mysterious or inscrutable or hard to read is putting out a little less effort than she's used to. The less it looks like you're trying, you're going through the world, she happened to be within your proximity, you started a conversation, and you may be gone very quickly onto something more interesting. But having that abundance mindset that if this one fails, that's okay. Girls are like buses. There's another one coming along every 10 minutes. You'll do better than thinking this is the only girl I might have a conversation with today, and I got to make this work or it's a failure. The harder the girl will try to figure you out. And this is where it comes down to the fundamentals. And what I always try to convey to especially new guys, and a lot of intermediates, we have to kind of like be reminded of this, is that when it comes to game, less is more. A little less energy, a little less texting, use fewer words, have her talk more than you do, which means asking good questions. Do a little bit less, move a little bit slower gestures. Don't be frantic, because that tends to show, a higher output of energy and nervousness. And if you can consciously slow yourself down, even your cadence and the manner that you speak, you won't go too slow. You'll hit it just right. And that's what I've seen with guys that I've recommended this, because I feel like they're like overwhelming the girls, which is easy to do. You got to remember, guys are big and you got a lot of energy, and it can be scary at times for these girls, is that you slow things, just consciously knock it back by about 20%, and you're probably going to hit it just right where you become more attractive. And again, attraction even starts with like posture, with your mannerisms, with how you carry yourself, how you walk, how you talk. And all of this adds up. It's not just what you say, it's how you're saying it. And the best way that you can improve your presentation is to slow it down just slightly. A small percentage, that 20%, dialing it back, will give you a lot of leeway. And like I said, most guys, when I ask them to slow things down, a little less is more when it comes to game, they seem to hit it just right. So that's, especially us, we tend to like lay layer upon layer, and always the risk is that you overgame a girl and blow her out, and you don't have to worry about that when you work with less is more. Again, even with texting, like how we say text like an alpha, you leave it a little bit less plain. You don't use any capitalization, no punctuation, short, let her talk. Again, the less it looks like you're trying, the harder the girl will try to figure you out. And the only balance here, the only negative here that you should be aware of is some of these girls, because they've been ran through, because of their vast quantities of dick that they've rode, guys that they've choded, just they ruin. They're kind of like, they're damaged. And they will attempt to care less or to show less, because they talk about it like being a competition. That they care less, even less than you. And then it becomes a circling the drain. Go ahead and cut those girls loose. Just, block them, ghost them, get rid of their number, get rid of their contact, because that's not anyone you want to spend any time with, because you want to invest your time in yes women. The maybes and the no's, you do this focused long enough, and it doesn't take long at all, a few weeks, you'll have more yes girls than you know what to do with. But again, sometimes you'll come across damaged women who have been on the market too long, have had too many bad experiences, and they won't react properly, because damaged women don't react to game well. And it's one of the indicators that they're damaged, is they don't react to game well. Usually when you pull back with a girl a little bit, just a little bit, she'll tend to chase you. It's very subtle, but you'll see that you'll get better results. Again, when it comes to game, fundamentally, less is more. Chateau Heartiste Maxim number 59. The less it looks like you're trying, the harder the girl will try to figure you out. Don't be an open book. Remain a little mysterious. Tease her. Treat her like a kid. Treat her like a teenager. Nothing she says is serious or should be construed as fact. The more you mess with them, the better they'll react. And that's the real deal. Let's go to the next. See what else we have. So the